Hello, FG fam, and welcome to Wagon Man Stadium as the AAA Las Vegas Aviators get to start their season up against Humberto Castellanos and the Vegas Aces, and Lawrence Butler as the first batter will get a base hit. And he is on first base with nobody away. Good leadoff hit, and here's Darryl Arnaiz, and he hits a double play ball, but it's booted. He will be out at first, but a runner on second for Thomas Rodriguez, who plops this thing into right, and it is not caught. No run by the runner, so 2 on for Daniel Gonzalez, who laces this thing out into right field up against the wall. That's going to score not just 1 but 2 runners. And the Las Vegas Aviators are getting it done here against the Reno Aces, 2-0. And here is another one smashed over to second base, but that one easy throw on to first. We are through the middle of the first. We will get to see Curtis Ellis, who was picked up in free agency by this Oakland A's organization. We'll get to see what he can do up against Yairo Munoz with 1 away, and Munoz is going to get a base hit. First one for the Reno Aces on the season. That'll bring up Seth Beer, a guy we know from a couple of series we have run, and that is a double play ball. It will not be completed. No outs on the board. So 2 away here for Dominic Canzone, who gets one to drop. Rodriguez can't make the throw home in time. It'll be 2-1. Here's Tristan English, and he takes a called strike 3. He doesn't like the call, but that is just too bad, too sad. Here's Shea Langeliers. This is somebody a lot of people want to see come up in this A's organization, and he ropes a double all the way to the right field wall. Good start for his season. With 2 away and Langeliers on second, Lawrence Butler barely taps this thing, and he is going to be out at first. We're through the middle of the second. Here's Darryl Arnaiz in the top of the 5th now, and another one that is booted, and he is thrown out at first base, but there are 2 on for Thomas Rodriguez, but this one right over to short, and this time handled correctly, and that'll get him through the middle of the 5th, as we will be right back. And we're back for the bottom of the 6th. Tristan English up again, and he takes another strike 3 call on the top of the zone. Yolmer Sanchez up now, and this one's dribbled on to first base. Gonzalez over to Ellis to get the out, and we are through 7. Sam Mole, who a lot of people expected to be in the A's MLB team this year, has had a 2.91 ERA last year. He is not up with the MLB squad, but he's looking here to shut down the Reno Aces, and Seth Beer is going to fly out to end the 8th inning. Into the top of the 9th, it's Sherton Apostle, somebody who a lot of people want to see do well, the 20-year-old prospect, and he hits this thing far and deep and gone out to left. Sherton Apostle with the very first Las Vegas Aviators home run of the season. 107 exit velocity, 429-foot bomb for Apostle. The Aviators have extended their lead here in the 9th inning. Austin Bryce is going to come in. Last year, he only pitched in 4 games to a 4.05 ERA and a 1.05 whip with 5 strikeouts in those 4 games. We'll see what he can do here against Shea Langeliers. He's going to draw a walk. Langeliers over to first base for free. So with 2 away now, it's Lawrence Butler, and this one's hit high, and this one's hit pretty deep, but it will not get to the warning track, and that is the final out of the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and a very highly touted prospect, Damon Stahl, who was also picked up in free agency, somebody Billy Bean found for us. The 6'4" tall closer is going to get a pop fly into foul territory. Hoffman's over to make a catch, and that'll bring up Tristan English, who goes down swinging. He is just having a bad day for Reno. Here's Higgins, and PJ Higgins hits this one long and deep all the way to the warning track. That one's going to go off the wall, and Higgins will find himself a 2-out double. They would need a rally here. See if Jake Hager can do it. No, he goes down swinging, and Stahl will close this one out for the Vegas Aviators, as they will beat the Reno Aces here today 3-1 in their opening day road victory. Curtis Ellis with the win, Humberto Castellanos with the loss, and Damon Stahl with the save. As you can see, Damon Stahl, the number 1 prospect in the organization. Tyler Soderstrom, number 2. Reed Hoffman, who was picked up in free agency, is number 3. Ken Waldachuk, number 4. We begin a series with the Cleveland Guardians with Shintaro Fujinami making his major league debut against Zach Plesac, who had a .431 ERA last season, a 3-12 record. Oof, not his greatest year. Here's Almedes Diaz, and Almedes Diaz is going to hit this thing all the way to the track, and it's caught. What a play out there in center. Here's J.J. Bleday. He was the hero in the Angels series, and he gets this one to go off the wall with a 2-out double in the bottom of the 4th. Oakland A's up 1-0. Here's Christian Pache, and this one is hit pretty far, but that one is caught out in center field as Pache has got one of the smaller bats out here. Fujinami having a good day until the top of the 5th, where Andres Jimenez gets the better of him. This is going to be a 2 RBI double for Andres Jimenez, and it's 2-1. Cleveland Guardians. Stephen Kwan up at the plate, and Kwan hits this one out there. Bleday's not going to get there in time. That one all the way up against the wall. That will bring Andres Jimenez home and leave Stephen Kwan up at second with Jose Ramirez at the plate, and Ramirez laces this one right into Bleday's glove. That goes through the middle of the 5th. Here's Gary Sanchez with a dribbler on with 2 guys on, and that is not good. Not what you want to see from Gary Sanchez as he ends the 5th. Into the top of the 6th. Big strikeout there as he goes down. That'll bring up Tony Kemp here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 on, and Kemp gets this down the line. Fair ball all the way into the corner, and Tony Kemp is going to bring a run home. Leaves 2 on for Seth Brown, and Brown gets good wood on this one. This one out to left field, and it is caught. So all the runners now need to come back as they were on their way out there. Gary Sanchez up at the plate, and he goes down swinging. Sanchez just not good with runners in scoring position today. So that'll take us through 7. To the bottom of the 8th, it's Christian Pache, and he hits this thing right to second. That is going to get the 8th over with. Cleveland took a 5-2 lead. And Seth Brown goes down swinging. Emmanuel Clase is able to close this game out for Zach Plesac and get the Guardians a 5-2 win in the first game of the series. Behind Zach Plesac's first win of the season, Shintaro Fujinami's debut doesn't go as planned as he will take the loss. Clase's second save of the year, Brian Rocchio, was called up, and now Cleveland's young star is going to make his major league debut. Shane Bieber on the mound for Cleveland, and Leo Farrell is going to hit this one with bases loaded, and that's going to be caught. Nobody tagging up on the play. So Aledmus Diaz now hits this one into left field. It's going to fall. That's going to bring home a run. Another one coming home. The throw is not in time. It's a 2-0 lead off of Shane Bieber. Ramon Laureano now gets this one dug up and into center field. That one is going to be caught for the final out of the first inning. Brian Rocchio in his first at-bat in the top of the 3rd. He has this one deep and over the left field wall as the young prospect is able to hit this for his first career home run for the Cleveland Guardians. Brian Rocchio, what a ropio, as the skip is very happy with that performance. Big-time hit in a big-time spot. That'll bring up Johansi Noel against Hogan Harris, and a bad play out in center in the rain, a little bit of slippage, and that is going to let Cleveland take a bigger lead here, as it looks like he's going to try and get home with the in the Parker, and he is tagged out by Gary Sanchez at the plate. What a play. Noel getting a little greedy, but it is a 5-2 lead. We'll be back. And we're back with Zach Britton on the mound here against Mike Zunino, and he gets this one past third base, and Rooker is going to have to get over there and get it, but it is going to be another run for the Cleveland Guardians. They're up 6-2. Here's Ahmed Rosario. He is going to get one into the gap. Laureano cuts it off as it is slow rolling in the outfield, but it will bring home another run for a 7-2 Guardians lead. Ramon Laureano goes down on the slider away, and the Guardians are going to take the game 7-2, winning the first 2 games of the series. Shane Bieber ends up with the win. He didn't start out nice for him, but he does end up with a win. Hogan Harris with the loss. We go to the third game of this series. Jared Eichhoff, who had a very good first start for this team, looking to have another one, but he's in a bit of trouble. Already given up a run there, and now this one hits the third base bag. And that's going to be another run for Cleveland. They still have the bases loaded, and Miles Straw hits this one by Tony Kemp and through to Christian Pache, and that is going to bring a couple more home. It is 4-0 Cleveland. 2 on, 2 out, and this one's hit pretty deep. Is anybody going to get there? I don't think so. That one's all the way to the track. That's going to bring home another one. In comes another runner, and it's 6-0 in the top of the third. Gary Sanchez at the plate in the bottom of the third with 2 outs and a couple on, and he gets 1 run in and then leaves 2 on with 2 out here, maybe for a 2-out rally. Aledmus Diaz comes up, but he hits this one right to short. That's an easy routine play, and we are through 3 here in this one. Seth Brown in the bottom of the 5th gets a really nice hit on the ball, and there was some runners on, so that's going to bring 1 home. They're going to stop. No, they're going to attempt to go home here, and the throw is not in time. It is a 6-3 ball game. Gary Sanchez in the bottom of the 5th gets another one into right field. That right field line is very nice to Gary Sanchez today. That'll be another RBI for him with 1 away. Manuel Clase coming into the game, though, trying to close this one out and give Cleveland the sweep if he can. Seth Brown up at the plate. Look at this broken bat. Almost hits a man. But the throw on to second is in time. It'll be a 6-4 Guardians win as they are able to take the sweep. Tristan McKenzie with the win. He goes to 2-0. Clase's 3rd save of the season, and Eichhoff takes his first loss on the year. So we'll check out the AA Midland Rockhounds in their opening day. Drew Parrish will be the one starting for the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, I believe. Lolo Sanchez is going to get a leadoff base single. There you go, Midland starting off really well. Here's Dermis Garcia with 2 on and 1 away, and Dermis gets one right up the middle. This is going to be Lolo Sanchez coming home with the speed. And it's a 1-0 ball game. Here's Jeremy Ironman. This one down to third. Double play ball, and it is taken care of. Through the middle of the first we go, and Jorge Juan, the 6'8", 200-pound, 24-year-old prospect, will be the starter for the Midland Rockhounds in this one. Gotta love those Midland jerseys. Tyler Gentry is their first hitter, and he's going to get a bloop single in front of Lolo Sanchez for the first at-bat of the game. That's a man on. Now 1 on, 1 out, and a big strikeout of Jimmy Govern by Jorge Juan. So Logan Porter comes up, and he's going to take one. Called strike 3. You're out of here. That'll bring up Tyler Cropley in the bottom of the 2nd. He goes down. That ends 2. Into the top of the 3rd, Lolo Sanchez just has the bat working today. Got the leadoff single, and now he gets a double to lead off the 3rd. But 2 gone, and they need Dermis Garcia again. But this time, Garcia can't deliver. We are through the middle of the 3rd, as we'll be back right after this. Now Khalil Watson in the top of the 4th. We get a look at him. Remember, he was brought in for the trade of Paul Blackburn, and he is going to bring home an RBI on the sacrifice fly. So Jorge Juan up against Parker Bates, and Bates hits this so hard, there is no chance of that coming back into the ballpark. It is gone, baby gone. Parker Bates, first of the year, that's 411 feet, and Jorge Juan really had it going until then. Now in the bottom of the 5th, it's Dermis Garcia again, and he has had a great day at the plate as well. Dermis is going to hit this right up against the wall, and that is going to bring home 2 runs as Midland takes a 4-1 lead. Into the bottom of the 5th, bases were loaded, and Jimmy Govern strikes out swinging. Logan Porter hits one down the first baseline, and this is a double play ball. Watson gets it back to first for the 2 outs. Here's Dermis Garcia, and like I said, he is having a great day with 2 guys on. He's going to bring them both home with this single into right center field. That brings up Miguel Blaze, and Blaze gets this one right off the pitcher's shins, and they can't get him out with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. That's going to start some trouble as Tyler Soderstrom. I know a lot of people wanted to see him in his AA debut. This is the only highlight we have of him, but it's a heck of a highlight as he's going to bring home a run as well. It's a 7-1 game. Now, this one right up the middle. Nobody's going to get that. Again, Dermis Garcia just killing it in this ball game. It's an 8-1 game. That'll bring up Jeremy Ironman, and he has been the killer of the vibe before, and he will do it again. But a huge 2-out rally for Midland. They're up 8-1, and Jacob Webb is going to get Shervin Newton swinging, and then John Rave at the plate, right to Dermis Garcia down the first base line, and the Rockhounds are going to pull out a victory on opening day. That makes every level of this organization with a win on their opening day. The Rockhounds, the Aviators, and the Athletics all get opening day wins. Now we are rolling into a series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Unfortunately, you're only going to get the first game of this series, but both teams coming in at 2-4. Drew Rasmussen went 8 innings in his first start. He had a really good one. So we'll see if we can tag him up. We've got James Kaprelian, and Kaprelian had a very good start in his first outing as well. Gary Sanchez up at the plate in the top of the 2nd, and Sanchez gives it a ride to left. He has been hitting it down that right field line, but this time he gets the pull homer. It is gone. Holy Toledo. Gary Sanchez, first home run of the year, travels 452 feet. The Oakland A's strike first in this ball game. That is huge. We'll see if they can continue the run as Seth Brown comes up with 2 on in the top of the 6th. It was a tie game at 2-2. Seth Brown says, it ain't staying that way. That's a 3-run blast for the man. Holy Toledo yet again, as Seth Brown hits his 3rd home run of the season. That one goes 433 feet, and the dugout just going wild here on the road at the Trop. Yandy Diaz coming up against Zach Britton in the bottom of the 9th. Britton trying to close out a 6-4 win, but he gives up a 2-out hit here. The Rays think they have a shot, but Brandon Lowe dribbles this one on to Almedas Diaz, and he will throw him out. Athletics get the win 6-4. And that is a big dub for them. James Kaprelian gets the 1-0 start to his season. Zach Britton gets his first save, but some unfortunate news as Reggie Rossi is going to be out for 1 to 2 months. Now, he was our DH / some outfield help. We're going to have to put him on the 60-day DL. We are looking into picking up 18-year-old Jason Givens from free agency, and he is just the right price we're looking for. Is he going to start at DH? Or do we have something else planned for next episode? Thank you, channel members, for all your support. Hopefully you guys will be here on the next one.